What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. Well, Zion Williamson coming into this 2025-26 season looks absolutely amazing. Okay. I don't know exactly what he weighs, right? But just looking at him compared to how he looked last year, starting off the season, in which he actually looked thinner, but not this fit. If I had to take a guess, if Zion's heaviest was 320, right? In some of those photos we see when he looks extra pudgy, and if he was, maybe 280 in the lower pictures, then Zion has to be minimum or maximum 260 now. He looks small. Maybe even in the 250 range, 255, 260. That's my guess. I haven't seen him this small at least since like his first year in college, or maybe when he was still in high school. Because we all know he gained a lot of weight like his last 2 years in high school. I think he went from like 200 to 270 his last year in high school. But he was still kind of, he was able to maintain his athleticism, but you could still see he was a lot bigger. But anyway, he's attributed to doing things like, I think, a lot of cardio, boxing. At least that's what he claims, right? Whatever the case may be, he is much smaller. And there are some people who feel like with this level of conditioning that he now has, he says he hasn't felt this good physically since when he first got in high school. When he was in high school, first year of college. That could be a sign that the league is in trouble when it comes to Zion Williamson. But, it's more, obviously, it's more than just being in shape. It also, it's about the dog in the player. It's about the competitiveness. It's about the fire. There's so many other things you got to look into as opposed to just physical fitness. The physical fitness is required to be great, but there's other things that go along with it. And you could also, look at it too. Zion Williamson is on the brink here. And he shouldn't be here at this point in his career. He should already be an established superstar. He should already be one of the faces of the league. Instead, this is a guy that's already had an embarrassing personal scandal involving some chick that's put all his personal business out there. And then you look at the fact that it was almost a foregone conclusion at one point that he was going to be traded this past season. And it just seems as though no other team really was interested in him, and they couldn't really put a package together that warrant his trading as far as his market value. But at one point, he was gone, right? So I do wish him the best, man. I do want to just say this, though. I noticed that a lot of people are still crapping on this dude, man. I'm disappointed with Zion too, man. But, it's funny. When he was at his heaviest, everybody made videos crapping on this guy. Everybody made videos crapping on Zion Williamson, right? But the minute he comes out here and shows that he's dedicated, right? Then people are either flippant in their attitude, saying, "Look, well, he should have been like this. That's what he gets paid money for. He should come in the training camp in shape. Can he maintain it? Is the new challenge. Can he maintain it? And then some people even question how he lost the weight. They'll say, like Emmanuel Ocho, he said, to me, Zion looks like he's taking Ozempic. That's pure Ozempic to me. As if trying to say he's cheating, right? Which to me, I don't understand why that even matters. Like at the end of the day, whether you're doing it the old hard fashioned way, right? Whether it's diet and exercise, or if you're doing it via Ozempic, I don't get why the fuck that even matters. At the end of the day, doesn't this country have an obesity problem? Don't we have an obesity epidemic? So if there's a medication that can help people lose weight and stave off long-term health issues attributed to obesity. I'm not talking about Zion right now. I'm just talking about people who have been obese and for a long time and they're prime for certain types of cancers and diabetes and heart disease and all strokes and all this type of shit, right? Which ultimately puts a strain on the medical industry, right? What the fuck you complaining about? I mean, look at all the praise we've been giving Luka for just showing up in shape. Luka's been out of shape for years. Now, true, he's been balling, but you could definitely attribute part of why they lost to the Boston Celtics in the finals because of Luka being so out of goddamn shape. Now he shows up in shape and everybody's sucking Luka's cock. But when Zion does it, people don't give a fuck. Only when he's fat. I get it. I get it. Zion hasn't quite lived up to expectations. He's had some solid years, but the hype that he got a couple years ago, he hasn't lived quite up to that. So we got to see. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully he doesn't get hurt, and hopefully this is the year that he could do something in New Orleans. Because if not, you know, this will be the year that he gets traded. And I know a lot of Pelicans fans don't want to see that. Anyway, to be honest with you, if this version of Zion was traded to your favorite team, you'd be singing a different tune anyway. That's just how I feel about it, at least. Tell me what you guys think.